Behind my eyes and character, it's a lot of tired. Behind everything I say, there was frustration. With the understanding that learning to grip what's supposed to be taking place and replace that with the physical energy that drives you in different directions. It's a hard thing to do. And the reason why I'm telling you this because it's going to frustrate the shit out of you. It's going to make you feel as if it's not real. It's going to make you feel as if what you did is not enough. It's going to give you so many thoughts. And those thoughts are okay to have because it's you weaning yourself off of the physical way you connect to certain things. Divine is great. Divine is wonderful. And everything of its prowess is everything that it is. But you can't do it your way with the divine. You have to do it the divine's way. And that's what the whole template is for. To learn how to come correctly, so therefore you receive correctly. It's a lot of nights, a lot of times being lonely, going through shit, not having somebody to tell you it's all right. You know what I'm saying? A hug sometimes, companionship. Like this knowledge, if you're able to grow within it, it's going to be lonely for a while. It's going to be lonely. And everything that most people seek to deal with in their normal life, they wouldn't trade that for this. But everybody's screaming about spirituality or being woke or conscious awareness. Like, you know if you're doing it right, because everything else turns away from you. You know if you're doing it right. You start to see the intentions of shit. You know what I'm saying? You start to see the real value of people. You start to see the what's ups and the yo my G's and yo that's my boo, and you start seeing all that shit is fake. Like, it's not real intention behind it. It's not a stable energy behind that shit. And no, and for the most part, like, people not gonna sit down and be like, well, how do I balance this out? You're gonna keep going in that direction that satisfies the physical understanding of things. You're gonna go where there's you're gonna go where the chairs are, you're gonna go where the likes are, you're gonna go where the, you know, the praises are. I think the divine sits back and watch this energy, and it's like the only thing they gotta do is come over here. And everything that they want to do can be done in the way I see fit. That would be best for them. And then being patient, waiting for that to take place, will allow you to think that you have to go try to attempt to do that for yourself. Like, I can't wait. Fuck this shit. I got to go, man. I got to make this shit happen. And I had these thoughts a lot. I had these thoughts a whole bunch. Like, I go through this shit, like, hard body. I have conversations with the divine, like, yo, man, come on, dude. Like, I'm tired of waiting. Like, I got so many things I can do, so many things I want to do, but I gotta wait. And then people would be like, you know, and people would be like, you know, That's why you should get out there and do this and do that. No, that's the way that you're not supposed to go. But if you go that way, you will be protected by the opposite energy of the divine. This is why the conversation for those things is so powerful. It's like, hey, yeah, come join this crowd. Moses said, I'm king of all kings, God of all gods. I'm created by the divine. Why would I go stand under another man? Like, it makes no sense to me, but for the most part, we do understand why things happen. It's like the more you bury you under things that you do, you have to serve that purpose. Think about what I'm saying. It gets real different. Like, we look at given life, we look at situations we deal with, notches on your belt and all this shit. You look at that shit like it means something. When in fact, those are all things that you're putting above you. You're putting it above you because it's something in between you and the divine. If I go to the divine to acquire all these things, then when divine gives it to me, it's under me. It stands under me. So when people go in life and they do it themselves, their situations that they do conquer them. This is why you see situations fail, and this is why you see things that don't work out right, or we had this and this fell apart, or I had this and it went this way, or da-da-da-da, like whatever, however you see fit for that. And it's very hard because your body is apt to be in motion with motion. So when words move out, you're apt to respond to that. There is not like a medium that helps you stop right there before the words hit you and allow the divine to come in and process it for you. You hear it. This is the imperativeness of the circumstance, of all circumstances. How will you best put the divine before everything? And it gets complicated the more you go out on your own energy, right? It gets complicated the more you go out on your own energy and pull things in. And it feels good because you want to say, yo, I did that. Look what I did. Look at me. But when you say that, we somehow want to say that the divine did that or the divine helped you with that. That is not true. The divine didn't put us here to be slaves for no one. The divine didn't put us here to be under anyone. The divine didn't put us here to listen to anyone. The divine put us here to follow his will. So if you had to have a clear understanding of what the divine was, we're going to speak about a time that we don't know about. Let's talk about a time when the individual existed and completed his life. Completed. I'm not talking about lived it and died. I'm talking about defeated the iniquities that life has to offer, like death, failures, misunderstandings, misconceptions, things that rule your flesh, the dark, the light, the value of two, the yin, the yang, the circumstances of the universe that exists. This is an individual power that actually completed that. We don't even know the real semantics or the real schematics of what life has to offer. We don't know what we're supposed to be doing. You're just out here following another man, which separates you from the value of what divine really is or what the Most High really is. You take the title by completing. If I want to be chosen, I have to choose myself. So divine completed that by self-understanding, self-awareness. Chose to be the divine and stood in that right. Just like if you choose to do something messed up, you are choosing to be that individual in that energy. So there was a counterpart entity that chose to go the opposite direction in the divine. That's a completion. Look, I ain't gonna even hold y'all. It gets deep. You know what I'm saying? It gets real deep. But you already know the vibes, man. It's NAGA. You know what I mean? I'm here every day, all day. Holla at your boy, 1000. You know what I mean? Oh, information down in the description.